Hi guys, hope you are doing well. So in this quick video, we are going to have a look at this brand that just crossed my eyes, and it was a pretty interesting brand. It's in a pretty interesting category as well. So the brand's name is InkEase, and all of this information that we are going to discuss is actually publicly available information. So it might not be super accurate, but we are using Helium 10 and Smart Scout for now. But yeah, let's dive into what this brand is doing. So there are two products that I see that are top selling products. Number one is it's a Bored Ape edition, which is selling around 71,000. It's only sort of like one color, but they've got one pack and two pack. And the other one is actually, this pink tattoo ointment where they've got three different colors and it's one pack and two pack, which is selling for a bit less. So one thing which I find pretty interesting is that this specific asin has got 3,000 reviews, same amount of rating, and this one has got around like 925 reviews, same amount of ratings, and this is selling more. So it's happening. I'm assuming that this is a listing which was created much long ago, and this was the original brand identity, maybe. But of course, we'll have to dive deeper into it. Let's open this storefront as well. So yeah, they've got three different variants. This is all 6 ounce. This is two pack. Let's have a look at, first of all, the best selling SKU, because whenever we want to judge a brand, we need to have a look at the best selling SKU. If I go ahead and have a look at the lowest selling SKU, it won't make a lot of sense, because at times the brand owners are not diligently paying attention to those SKUs, right? They want to work on their best SKUs first. So from the bestseller SKU, we're able to identify what's actually going on with the brand. So let me have a look at their images, their listing images. So this is pretty interesting. They've got a 3D main image, and then it's a video as well. But when it comes to this, all of the other listing images, I do not see any features or benefits or any infographics here, which in my opinion are super important in a category like this. And they've got lots and lots of ratings as well. So I would quite honestly, I would do it extremely differently when it comes to the infographics. I'm not sure what their conversion rates right now are, and I would just straight away add more infographics here. And how I would get those infographics is actually reading the reviews. I actually have got huge amount of reviews right now, so it's just 4,000 reviews just from these two listings, right? I would read the trends. I would see what people are liking the most about me. I would also see what people are not liking about me, so I can sort of like make changes to that. But if it's a 4.7 ratings, majority of people are actually liking me, right? So I need to ensure that go ahead and start adding those to my infographics as well, because if lots of people talk about my texture, right, so I need to add that to my features as well. Or if a lot of people talk about any specific utility point of my product, I need to add that. One another thing is that this texture could have been displayed in here as well. So I say this to brand a lot of times, that these images are your real estate, and you've got limited real estate, by the way. So you need to utilize it extremely wisely. So this texture could have been here as well, and this happens with a lot of sunscreen brands, because what's inside your packaging can be displayed here as well. And of course, lots of their features. I think this could. I'm not sure how they are doing off Amazon, because maybe I'm thinking that they've got a off Amazon GTM strategy as well, and they are using that to push the SKUs in here. But once again, coming down the line, let's have a look at the bullet points. I think they're using NFT to promote it, so they're funneling in traffic from a lot of other places, might be as well. But in itself, I think Amazon is not all right. It's Bored Ape Yacht Club, so that was a pretty famous and a pretty expensive NFT back then. One another thing that I see is it's available from four new sellers. So it's available from Amazon.com Inkeeze, then it's available from Amazon.com. So it's FBM. That makes sense. Then it's FBA again, and then it's FBA again, and all of that is the same store. So I'm not sure what's happening over here, but never. Maybe if it's a collectible, or if it's a if it's something where the unique selling point is actually your NFT, I think it should be highlighted in the images as well, right? But of course, you've got that in your packaging, because this is something which I remember from the last FT bull run. But yeah, what I would change is definitely add more infographics to my images, because if you're just selling to an NFT community, that is different. But of course, if you're on Amazon Marketplace, you've got much bigger market to cater to, because if you were just selling to NFT people, or people who were on a very niche audience, you could have started selling it in Discord as well. But this is something which I would definitely change. One another extremely interesting thing which I do not find a lot is in here they've got premium A plus content where they're playing a video as well, and of course they've got comparison charts too. But I don't see that with the other SKUs. So they've got absolutely a huge difference when it comes to the A plus content as well. This is simple A plus content. That is premium A plus content. If it's made in USA, it's black and white. Of course, it's petroleum free, cruelty free. I think this could be added into the listing images as well, and it could have been uh, a bit better. But yeah, they've got, I think, tattoo artists as well, which once again is good, highlighting them in here. But this could definitely be highlighted in the listing images. Now, coming back in here, I see that okay, it's one pack, two pack. When I open, this two pack listing over here, because if this is selling 1K plus, and this is around 1883 sales. Now, once again, Amazon shows us accurately. So this is like 50 plus, right? Now, if this is 50 plus, I need to have a look at, what's their go-to-market strategy there, because it's a different product. This is one pack, different packaging. This is two pack, and extremely different packaging, which once again, I don't think it's a very good sort of like equation to have. I just have limited light here. And then you have got no bullet points here as well, which once again are not, does not make a huge amount of sense. So the need to add bullet points, it helps. Of course, it helps a lot in indexation. There's no doubt about that. When it comes to their title, there can be huge improvements made as well, because when I go ahead and have a look at the all keywords, I think there's huge potential. So there, other than all right, they're only ranked in here on top two. And when I reverse ace in this on Cerebro as well, this is the brand name which is being searched by a decent amount of people. So 800 people, 600 people are searching their brand name. But other than that, when it comes to any, keyword where I would assume a $70,000 or a 100K monthly brand would have been at a top spot, I don't see any strategy when it comes to sponsored, achieving organic ranks. So it's absolutely, it just finishes here, which is sort of a bit surprising that, you're not pushing yourself organically on any keyword. All right, you are here on top eight, which is tattoo ointment. But once again, it's not a keyword for a brand that is, or for a listing which is selling 73K. It's this keyword is not of that stature. So you need to figure out more and more keywords, and you need to actively find out where your relative conversion share is better as compared to your competitors, and push yourself more on that. It's an extremely important point, right? Coming back in here, once again, they've got different listings as well, and they've got different sort of reviews as well. A very good thing about this brand that I would once again give huge amounts of credit to this brand is across all of these products, they've got a phenomenal rating, by the way. That means that their product is great, but the way that they're marketing it on Amazon is not that great. So one another thing which I saw in here, I'm not sure how much this listing is similar to this, but I'm pretty sure, because when I have a look at their packaging, it looks extremely similar. It looks just like another color variation. So why put another color variation in a different uh, child, in a different presentation, in a different standalone listing, when you can add it here as well and sort of like funnel up your reviews? And if you're getting sales in here, you can get some sales on another SKU that is there as well. So once again, the parent child linkage, that is a very important part. The catalog management, it could be improved as well. Even if I go on the second top best selling SKU, I do not see any top organic ranks, which is once again sort of like, what's their marketing strategy? What's their PPC strategy? Are they actively tracking their organic ranks? And if I would have been there with a brand which already had a decent amount of searches coming in, people searching that brand, for my keywords where I think there's potential in these keywords. Definitely, the title density is extremely low. I'm not sure if Tattoo Goo is actually a brand name, but even Tattoo Cream, Tattoo Glide, I think this title density is not a lot. You see a huge amount of title density as well. So I would definitely just go ahead and push myself on keywords where I've got a huge opportunity to rank on, right? And especially when I've got like 3,000 ratings, I've got 73K revenue coming in for one of my SKUs. So yeah, that's pretty much, when I just have a look at the top two ASINs, I see that this is what's happening. Now when it comes to Smart Scout, I just try to understand the market share, and I do not, unfortunately, see a huge amount of market share in any subcategory. And especially if they've got like multiple SKUs, I would say that, if with tattoo inks, I'm not sure if this is accurate data. I don't think it is, because if it's tattoo aftercare and if they've got a sunscreen as well, they should be selling some tattoo inks, right? So when I see this, I try to understand that maybe, the brand is not running any brand tailored promotion campaigns. The brand is not cross selling any of their other products. The brand is not, or the brand is not paying a lot of attention to the lifetime value customer on Amazon or the repeated purchases and trying to increase the repeat purchase rates. Because I definitely think that, it's a product which can have a decent amount of repeat purchase rates. And when it comes to good brand tailored promotion campaigns, you're able to sell something, across all of your subcategories, until and unless, of course, this product is extremely new, or these products are extremely new and it's very different than, your main SKU. But yeah, so, this is a short audit. Once again, summing it up, a few things that I would do differently if I was this brand was number one, and I think this is the quickest win, is ensure that my catalog is sorted. My catalog is sorted. Number second is, of course, improve my infographics a bit. Not a bit, but actually, I'll just make huge changes here, or do split testing and see which one performs best. But with a good amount of experience right now, we are able to identify that what's able to perform and what, it's not performing up to the best. Because I see this coherent amongst all of the SKUs. I think that, they haven't tried adding infographics as well, which I think becomes important if your brand is even at the start, but at this point, it really needs to be implemented. Secondly, there should be coherence with different variations as well, especially when it's pack of one and pack of two. The packaging should be same. If it's not, it can be added somewhere else as well, because this is greenwood, that is, I think, something else. That is mutant serum. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same, or if it's not. It does not look exactly the same, by the way. So for a person who is buying, this product, if they go to pack of two, it shows a bit differently, and that could not leave a very good impression. Then, of course, add my bullet points, make sure that my listening content is solid, and then figure out that which keywords am I performing good on, and try to push myself on those keywords with good PPC campaigns. But another thing that I, did not even mention, this is sponsored display ad running over here. This is another sponsored display ad, running over here. Not them, this is not a sponsored display ad, but yeah, one sponsored display ad above. Then, people are buying, of course, this together. So this is good that they're running a sponsored product ad over here. No, none of the other products are getting advertised here, which I strongly recommend. So for your best selling SKU, for your SKUs which are not selling very good, you do not need to be running your campaigns on those SKUs. But if one of your SKUs is selling very good, your best seller, you need to be running your campaigns on those SKU, because otherwise you're giving this real estate to your competitors, and that does not make a huge amount of sense, especially if you already have a decent size of catalog. So yeah, I think that is something which I would do. Once again, change this to premium A plus content. There should be coherence, especially with your bestseller 1 and bestseller 2 across your catalog. And then, of course, if there could be some colors added here, it could have worked a bit better. Premium A plus content also helps you in, helping your customers convert more, especially when they drop down below and they see your competitors here and them getting convinced here. It's better to just show them the best images and the best creatives, the best features here. So, that way they're not converted, or they do not even bother to scroll down below. The decision is made over here, if not in listing images. So yeah, that was a short audit. If you want your brand audited, feel free to send over, your brand details to me. Thank you.